today's episode of The Founder Ride, Randy talks about rebuilding your leadership team without breaking your culture.
Welcome to another episode of The Founder Ride. A topic that's tricky, that comes up regularly is, what do founders, people who built wealth, get wrong about protecting wealth after they build it? It kind of falls in two camps. The first of which is that wealth is wrapped up in your business still, specifically. What are you doing to invest in the perpetuity and protection of that business? No big surprise here, as we all know. It really comes down to making sure you have the right team within your business, growing the business, creating more cash flow, creating more positive momentum around EBITDA, positive momentum on revenue, and therefore creating more enterprise value. Kind of obvious. The less obvious one is you have a liquidity event with your business, whether it be partial liquidity event, full liquidity event. And when I say partial, most of the time what that really means is a change of control where you've sold the bulk of your business, is what do you do with the money? We've seen both extremes, candidly. We've seen people swing to the extreme conservative and they're afraid to lose a penny of it. And we've seen people go to the extreme opposite end where they keep investing in more and more illiquid, risky deals. Very frankly, the strategy is straightforward around what do you need to maintain a lifestyle that you want to have, and obviously with us, we've done all the planning in advance to help you understand that. And then how do you create an overall asset allocation model to support that income stream and also hedge against inflation and hedge against other risks? For sure, one of the things that does happen when you sell your business and you lose your income source, is there's almost always a pretty adverse reaction to volatility in marketable securities and any other investments in general. And that's something that you do have to plan for. It takes time to ease into it, but it doesn't absolve you from having a strategy. So it's a known reality of the situation, and it is. My experience has been that most people, most founders over time can understand and accept a good asset allocation strategy, and part of the portfolio will have some volatility, but part of that portfolio is spinning off income to support your current living needs. Bottom line is you need a strategy, you need a plan, knowing full well you're going to be full of emotions. I mean, we've talked in other episodes for sure, the whole notion of just the identity crisis that happens when you sell your business, and then the whole flip side that now you're dependent on things you can't control to produce income to support your family and your livelihood. It is tricky, it's hard, it takes some time, and it's something that does need to be addressed proactively versus reactively. Truly, having a recognition that this is going to happen at some point in the future helps you better prepare for the inevitable when you do sell your business, and really proactively having a strategy, not just financially, but also emotionally, how you're going to deal with the volatility. So, tricky topic, like I said. Happy to talk about it whenever you want. Feel free to reach out, and thanks again for listening to another episode of The Founder Ride.
Content herein is produced by Gerber Entrepreneur LLC, aka Founder Farm, another firm owned by Randy Gerber that is a private community for entrepreneurs. Services provided by Founder Farm are separate from the services rendered by Gerber LLC and are rendered pursuant to a separate contract. Clients of Gerber LLC are under no obligation to engage with Founder Farm. Founder Farm does not render investment advisory services.